Howdy. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Avillion Brayden Talks. I'm Jacob Avillion. That's Bowie. Say hi to Bowie. And I am joined, as always, of course, by my good friend, my dear friend, my secret lover, Braden McClellan over here to my right.
One of those is news to me.
Shouldn't be.
I didn't know we were friends.
Oh. Well, you know how this goes. I am feeling a tad under the weather today, so my apologies if the energy is not where it should be. But with that being said, it's good to be here. Today's Tuesday, April 23rd, which means in 2 days from now, there will be football players selected. Malik Neighbors will be a Tennessee Titan. If it's not Neighbors, it's going to be Joe Alt. If it's neither of them, I don't really know how, given that there's supposed to be 4 quarterbacks going in the top 6, but we'll see. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Second day at my new job. First day actually going to where I actually work.
Mm-hmm.
Because in San Antonio, all the bases are together, in a way, they work together almost. So I did orientation on a different base that I actually work at.
Okay.
So today I actually went where I actually will work at. Didn't actually do anything really, but hectic morning though, because I gotta get up super early for the job. But I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
On the drive there, I realized I didn't have my military ID. I need that to get on base.
Sure do.
So I texted.
You don't keep it in your wallet?
I thought I did.
Okay, well.
But I was feeling around and I was I checked where it normally was. I was let me get this ready to just have it to show, as soon as I get to the thing and go in. It's not there.
Yeah.
And I'm fuck. Text. First I pulled over to a gas station, checked all inside the car, checked all throughout my wallet, didn't find it. Text my boss now. And I was not going to be there quite on time. Can't find my military ID. He was no problem. Go home, search for it, can't find it. And I'm I just can't. I told him I just can't find it. So he was all right, I'll send one of my guys over. He'll get you on base pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So I go over. We go into the visitor center for me to get a temporary pass or whatever.
Yeah.
And I go to hand my driver's license. I pull it out of my wallet and I hand it over to him. And then I look back in my wallet and I still see my driver's license. And I was wait, I just handed it to him. So I look down on the desk. There's my military ID. It was, I don't know how to describe the way my wallet's set up, but there's the tiniest pockets for my IDs.
Yeah.
And I guess I had somehow accidentally put my military ID in behind
my
driver's license. And I didn't think, I literally checked every pocket except for that one because I was that is such a tiny spot. It's hard to fit the one ID in. I don't know how I accidentally put the other one in there.
You got the DP going.
I hand it to him and I'm just oh, there it is. And the guy who was doing it looks up and he's you can just use this. I was I know.
Oh my goodness.
But you know what makes me feel better?
What's that? Yes, sir. Dr. Motherfucking Pepper. Ooh, that was good.
And a girl boss affirmation also helps a brother feel better.
Affirmation. That's what everybody needs.
From Laurel Thatcher Ulrich.
Okay.
Well-behaved women seldom make history.
That's a great one. I'm very familiar with that one.
I've heard this one a lot. Yeah.
And she's right. She's absolutely
she's right. I've heard some annoying people say that though.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's always going to be people who take a quote and run with it because they think it applies to them. It does not apply to all of you, but it sure as hell applies to some of you. And she was definitely cooking.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just a bitch, but she wasn't. Let her cook.
That's enough about me.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing, Jacob?
Well, I'm a little
Besides
sick.
the weather.
But beyond that, I'm doing well. I had me a nice weekend. I went out to the club again. Got some really great pictures of myself and my girlfriend. Really like them. We had a good time. We went to Denny's afterwards. If it wasn't for the fact that I took an hour and a half nap after I got home from work on Friday, I would have pulled a 24-hour bender because I woke up at about 5:30 and I didn't go to bed until about 5:30 Saturday morning. So So I was out all night.
Dude, waking up at 5:30 sucks.
Yeah.
That's what I have to do now, and I did it this morning.
It stinks. Yeah, no,
my body's genuinely not built to be up that early. Like, if I don't get enough sleep, or if I'm up early enough, like I wake up with morning sickness.
Oh,
actually, this morning, like when I drove back home after not finding my ID, before I really looked in the house, I just got out of the car immediately and started throwing up.
Are you sure I didn't make you pregnant?
Maybe. And I was throwing up like nothing. Like it was just like
shit.
stomach bile coming out, which is the worst throw up.
Sorry about that. It doesn't taste great.
No. And then eventually you're just like doing the throw, like your body's like throwing up, but there's nothing actually coming.
Yeah.
So your throat is just like, you're like, ow.
That's what happens when you drink too much Jaeger. You just end up like it's
quick
bad.
Side note back to me because I forgot to mention this.
Yeah.
Great week for me in terms of YouTube. Your boy hit 500.
End of the year goal reached in April.
And we are now sitting at 517.
You're playing with house money right now.
I am.
Yeah.
And my most recent passion like project I really put effort into was the Spore Hero video. It's doing super well. It has 137 views right now.
Mm-hmm.
1 of 10. If people who put up YouTube videos will know that like I think it just like compares your past 10 videos by performance, and this one's 1 of 10. So of my last 10 videos, this is the best one.
That's pretty huge.
But yeah, just a little side note. Yeah, we're moving.
I have recently decided that I will be live streaming during the first round of the NFL draft, at least right before the Titans pick. So I will be streaming. I will have a live reaction to the Titans taking J.C. Latham 7th overall. Group suicide going to be caught on stream. I can't wait. Surely, no. But yeah, I will be live streaming during while the Titans make their pick. I am very excited. It's my favorite 3 days of the year for the most part. Like, if it came to this or witnessing my firstborn being born, I would tell my wife, like, no, I can't go. Sorry, I've got like.
You'd be like, what am I really gonna do there?
Okay, my priorities have to be in order. I can just stand there and look pretty while my kid's being born. Like, she's got it, right? I gotta watch the draft. So, I would just do my best not to conceive a child in like late July, ever in my lifetime.
Abstinence July.
Abstinent in late July and early August for like from mid July to early August for like the rest of my life. Just don't have any sex for like 20 days.
Or just like oral July.
Yeah, I guess that works. But
oral July, anal August.
You lost me.
But speaking of the draft,
we got another mock coming in today.
We're mocking, baby.
Last time, I took the odds, you took the evens. So this time, you get the odds, I get the evens. I think that makes sense. This way we make different picks. The draft's going to look a little different. We're not going to end up with the exact same mock we had like 3 weeks ago or whatever it was. So
and, there'll be times where I'm going to want to talk some stuff out. Because there's like a trade idea.
For sure.
I have, but I figured for trades especially, we should talk
especially if you, like, let's just say, for example, if we want to go with the Chargers trading again. The Chargers have 5, Minnesota has 11 and 23. Those are all odd numbers. You control all those picks. That's entirely up to you. I get no say in that. Like, if you want to do that, if you want to play around with that, that's entirely up to you.
Maybe get a little close to something I had in mind.
Yeah.
But, you want to just get into this?
Let's just fucking do it, man.
So let me... let me share the screen so we both.
This is on the wrong window. Let me get to. I was afraid that was going to happen. I was actually doing some Titans mock drafts earlier today. 7-round mock drafts, and you know what? Funny story about the last time we did this. On my screen, it looked different than yours because I didn't have the PFF Plus. Right. I had PFF Plus. I just wasn't logged in on my computer because I got hit with the bill like 2 weeks ago. Like, thank you for your subscription. Like $70 got taken out of my account. I'm like, I beg your pardon. I probably got it last year and forgot I had it, which sucks because I could have been using it in season to like track the stats and shit. But hey, that's okay. But anywho, My most recent Titans mock draft, I had Roma Dunze at 7, Jordan Morgan at 38, Devondre Sweat at 106, Trevin Wallace at 146, which I think he's going to get taken higher than that just because of the traits. He stinks. He's like actually terrible. He does not know how to play football, but he's a freak athlete. He's probably going to go much higher than this. Javion Cohen at 182, Tarheeb Still at 242, and Cam Little at 252. Was my most recent one. I liked this one a lot, actually. I liked all the ones that I did today, but this was pretty good. But we are doing a full first-round mock draft, all 32 teams.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited. I actually have a take. I have a couple of takes about the first round.
Okay.
One of which being, I think there's all these talk about all these offensive tackles going round one. I think Patrick Paul sneaks into the first round. And if he doesn't, I hope and pray he's there at 38 if the Titans don't take Alt at 7. Patrick Paul at 38 is the dream because Bill Callahan would turn that man into a Hall of Famer. But I think Patrick Paul could sneak into the first round, and I think Jared Verse is going to fall to the high second. I think there is a lot of buzz around Darius Robinson, Chop Robinson. Marshawn Nealand is a guy who's getting a ton of late first round hype right now. I think he's definitely a top 50 lock. I think he's likely to go in the top 40, and I think we could very easily see him going late in the first to I don't know, like any of these teams. He could be like, I could see Dan Campbell really liking Marshawn Nealand, just saying, all right, that's my guy, take him at 29 or whatever. If San Francisco, might need to beef up the D-line a little bit. They did lose Eric Armstead. They did lose Chase Young. You can get yourself a Marshawn Nealand if you want to. So we'll see. But there's a ton of teams in the early second that I think have a needed edge rusher. I could see Marshawn Nealand going to any of those. But either way, every year there's a guy that inexplicably falls out of the first round. Like last year.
And one guy who's always like, how the fuck did he go in the first round?
Last year, Will Levis wasn't picked until pick 33. He was the second pick in the second round. Then people thought he was going to be going potentially top 4. So
let's stop all the talk.
Let's get right to
Let's see how the board really falls. Starting off with the Chicago Bears.
The Chicago Bears, yes, sir. Do we have to spend any time on this one, do you think?
No. We're just going to go. Look,
okay.
Even average draft position is just a solid 1. Not even a 1.1.
No,
solid
it's Caleb Williams every time.
Because it is.
And it's going to be Caleb Williams. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
But now you, sir.
There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of whispers. I'm not buying it. Jaden Daniels is not going to be a commander. This is Drake May. I think there is prospect fatigue, maybe. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's people are overthinking because they've had too much time between the end of the season and the draft. But Drake May is going to be the second quarterback off the board, and he deserves to be. I think he's a better prospect than Jaden Daniels, I think.
So I would take Drake May at 2, but I kind of am starting to buy in to Daniels at 2.
That's interesting because the rumor mill is just now shifting back to Drake May rather than Jaden Daniels.
Really? Because I saw Peter Schrager on the McAfee show saying that Friday he wouldn't have said this, but now he feels he feels a lot more confident that it will be Daniels.
I don't know. What I hear from commander circles is that it's Drake May. But there's been when there's smoke everywhere. Nobody knows for sure. Number 1 is a lock. 2, not necessarily.
2 is a coin flip.
2 is a coin flip. 3 is where the draft really starts.
Yes,
because New England can trade back.
Because if you had Drake May available, I especially would have done this. But if I were them, I would stick and take a quarterback.
Yeah,
I like these guys. I like the tier after May and Daniels. Yeah. I think there's enough separation to where I wouldn't want to trade back. I would want to take whichever one's still available.
Okay.
But I kind of want to play around with the idea of New England thinking differently.
Okay.
And being relatively close with those guys, and then Nix and Penix and them being willing to trade back.
Okay.
So
you cut out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. You're back. Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking, let me know how you're feeling about New England trading back with the Minnesota Vikings.
That I don't hate at all. I would like that a lot better if Drake May was still on the board.
Yeah, that's why when you said when you picked May, I was like, ooh.
I don't think Jaden Daniels is their flavor. Kevin O'Connell has never really cared much about the QB run game. And if you're not using the QB run game with Jaden Daniels, you're doing yourself a disservice. So, I mean, I don't hate it if that's what you want to do. I think you control, like, the Vikings have,
with
11
the
and 23.
Here, let's throw out another curveball with the Giants.
That I don't hate. That, I think, that makes sense.
So, this... Because with the Giants... What is next year a possible out for Daniel Jones? Like a believable one? Where
it's next season, I think, because it's at least 2 years on the contract. They've only done one so far. So after you can cut him after next year. You kind of have to roster him this year. He's just going to soak up $40 million. But the out, you can cut him next season or the next offseason. So you don't even have to play Daniels right away if you don't want to. Not that you can't, it's just you don't have to.
Or, another one, we go back to the Vikings here, but they're not trading up for Daniels.
J.J. McCarthy at 3?
Yes.
I actually have another take here. And it's not a take, I don't think this is going to happen, but I think if any of the 4 quarterbacks do fall, I actually kind of think it is going to be Daniels. And the reason I believe that is because I'm hearing, like, Raiders trade-up rumors a lot lately. Like, that's been really big. And I think what happens here, if the Raiders are going to trade up, could actually be, if only 3 quarterbacks go in the top 6, that means Joe Alt, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Malik Neighbors are all gone by the time the Titans pick at 7. I think that Tennessee's going to be looking to trade back if Neighbors and Alt are both gone. And I think the Raiders could absolutely be coming up to 7. So obviously that's a little bit ahead here. But if you think we could just be seeing the Giants trading up here, we'll see.
See, now I'm like, I'm torn on what to do because New England.
This is the most fun pick to play with, I think, in the draft.
Yeah. There's so many ways we could take this.
Now, I did hear today that it would have to be a king's ransom for New England to want to move back, so I don't know the likelihood. But if a team is really desperate to move up, they're going to do it. So,
which with quarterbacks, that would cause it because absolutely. I think I don't know. Before... I don't know, because Zach Wilson, how much does he change the Broncos' desire?
Not in the slightest. There was a 6th and 7th round pick swap. It doesn't change anything.
I don't think so. But do you slightly go, hey, if the board falls to us, instead of more feeling the need to absolutely trade up?
I suppose, but even then, Denver doesn't have the assets to trade up first.
Well, no, but they're just a team that makes it not just like they're 1st and 3rd.
I also don't think Denver is eager to take a quarterback at 12 either. I don't think Nix is worth taking at 12. I don't think Penix is worth taking at 12. I think if J.J. McCarthy and Jaden Daniels are gone, I don't see why. Like, I wouldn't reach on Bo Nix there. I'd trade back and take him in the 20s if you want.
Well, we don't know what that built. Like, probably know Sean Payton might not.
Sean Payton might trade up to number 1 for Bo Nix if he had the assets to do it. To be honest with you, because that's Sean The Ben DiNucci, Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix, Zach Wilson, and John Rice Plumlee QB room is going to be insane next year. But we're not there yet, unfortunately. So
let me just re-say the possible options I'm thinking about right now with 3, with me acting as the GM.
Yeah.
Sticking and picking, and at 3, I would take Daniels.
Okay.
Giants trading up, taking one of the 2 quarterbacks.
Mm.
The Vikings trading up, taking one of the 2 quarterbacks. What do you feel? Just give me your opinion of what you think would be best.
I don't know how New England feels about this. I personally don't know. I would believe in Jaden Daniels to succeed a lot more in Washington than I would in New England. I don't love the fit of Daniels to New England.
I don't like anyone going to New England for the quarterback.
Well, but I think like Drake May had a severe talent deficiency at UNC this year, right? Mm-hmm. So like he's at least lived with it. Jaden Daniels had a future Hall of Famer, but maybe not actually, in Malik Neighbors, and then a certified first round pick, like for sure, in Brian Thomas Jr. Or more than likely. I mean, there's a world where Thomas falls, but almost
we always see guys
certainly, almost certainly, Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be in the first round, and Neighbors is a guaranteed top 10 pick. There's probably even top 6, but I don't think he falls past 7. So, and then not to mention the offensive line was pretty good. Like he had a lot of help, and then his tendency to not try to avoid hits scares me for a team with bad O-line play like New England. I'm that would scare me. That would scare me a lot.
I think I've made up my mind, and I think it's going to piss people off.
Oh.
I think I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Okay.
King's ransom, and they wind up taking JJ.
All right, we're going to go Vikings, 11, 23, and what else?
I think for this, we can just do that.
If you want, but you want to play with like a realistic trade scenario? Because this is not enough. This is not enough.
Let's throw in 129 to begin with.
I could even see like the round 3 next year, and then maybe we just call it a day after that.
I was looking back between that 3 and 4.
I think it's gonna have to be the 3 because you're moving up 8 spots. Like a top 3 pick is incredibly valuable, especially with 2 quarterbacks still on the board.
Yeah.
You're asking a lot here.
Okay. Because I came in with this thinking May was going to be available at 3, and I was going to do this Vikings things, and I had but I still want to do this.
I understand. Like, and again, if May was available, this is an obvious one. I feel.
Yeah. Because I've heard Vikings. Because I think the rumors for Vikings specifically is that they're in on May and
McCarthy.
JJ.
Yes. Well,
yeah.
And if like in this scenario, honestly, where we are right now, if we just let the board keep playing out as it is, like the Giants would just take Jaden Daniels at 6, and maybe Minnesota would want to come up at 7 or 8 for McCarthy. I don't know, but I also don't hate where you're going here. They just want to make sure they get their guy because one of their guys is already gone.
Yeah, in my mind, other teams are calling as well. Because 3 to 6 is a comfortable fall.
The Raiders are calling for Jaden Daniels, and let's say the Raiders call the Chargers. Now that's incredibly unlikely because they're division, but like the Chargers aren't going to say no if the Raiders mortgage their entire future for Jaden Daniels. And then the Giants could just stick and pick and take McCarthy.
Especially because the Chargers have a more direct impact on where that draft pick could be than other trades.
All right, so we offering this trade?
Yeah, offer trade. It's accepted.
There we go.
This is people gonna hate this, but I think it's fun. Let's go with JJ at 3.
It's JJ at 3. I don't think this is impossible in the slightest.
I don't think it's impossible.
New England could stick and pick and take JJ for all we know.
Yeah, it's on the board. All right, but now you're on the clock, sir.
From what I've been hearing lately, I don't know if this is obviously I'm not in the GM room. I don't know if this is smoke. I'm hearing the Cardinals like Neighbors more. And it wouldn't shock me if they did, because I mean the report was out over a month ago that some teams are going to prefer Neighbors, and honestly, I get why. And especially given the scheme that Arizona runs, I don't think it's unrealistic that they would prefer Neighbors to Marvin Harrison Jr. And I'm just going to take Neighbors here. And
really?
I don't think you're going to. I don't think there's an insane gap, which isn't saying anything bad about Marvin Harrison Jr.
No, Malik Neighbors is great.
MHA is my wide receiver 1. I do have Neighbors and Odunze as like a 2A, 2B type of thing, and it's kind of your flavor, whatever your offense is, whatever you prefer. But I think I understand why a team might prefer Neighbors.
Okay, so we're going Neighbors at 4?
Ridiculous explosiveness in his game, especially with Kyler's arm. I'm not mad at it. And this is a scheme that can utilize the run after catch ability. I'm taking Malik Neighbors here. And I would not be shocked if the Cardinals actually took Neighbors over Marvin Harrison Jr. And
see, that changes things up.
I don't think they would necessarily regret it if they did. Now, I also don't think they'd regret it if they took Marvin. You know what I mean? I don't think either of them are going to be bad players. But from what I've heard, I think this is realistic, and I think they can live with it.
This is a shock that's within the realm of possibility.
Right.
For sure.
And with Jaden Daniels still on the board, if the Chargers take Alt at 5, which I think they do, this is what I wanted to get into. Hang on, real quick. This is the one scenario where I could see Marvin Harrison Jr. falling to Tennessee. And if it did happen that way, I think it's incredibly unlikely. But I also don't think the likelihood is that much lower than Neighbors falling to 7. Because everything we hear is, the first, 4 of the first 6 picks are supposed to be quarterbacks. That's what we've been hearing for 2 months now. And if that's the case, Marvin, Neighbors, and Alt, one of them's got to be available at 7. Yeah. Just guaranteed. Unless there's only 3 quarterbacks taken in the top 6. So somebody's got to fall. And it could be Marv. And I don't think it's impossible. I think he's the least likely to be there. I don't think it's impossible. But go ahead, sir. Number 5, the floor is yours.
So at 5, I was going to take Alt. But
Marv
with Marvin Harrison Jr. there, I just can't pass that up. I think as much as Harbaugh would probably like to strengthen the O-line, I think he's seen Marvin Harrison Jr. up close a little bit, playing against him, coaching against him, and he knows how good of a player he is.
Yeah.
He knows what the other coach's perspective is going to be on him.
Yeah.
He knows how special he is. I think this would be the wide receiver more than any other that would make him go, all right, you know what? We are just going to take the wide receiver.
All right, so we are taking Marv here.
We are taking Marv at 5. I was expecting Alt to go there today, and I was going to be like, ooh, fucking up Tennessee.
I genuinely believe, I think regardless, if Tennessee gets Marv, Neighbors, or Alt, you're going to bed happy. I know I am. I'm going to bed happy. Regardless, if 4 of the top 6 picks are quarterbacks, one of those 3 is going to be in Tennessee, and then the Giant. Jaden Daniels is still on the board.
He is.
I don't see why we don't take him here. Yeah, I am sprinting to the podium, and you're going to bed happy if you're a Giants fan.
Wow. All right. And then that pretty much leaves me with one real option here.
2. You've got 2. Rome's right there as well.
I love Rome.
I love Rome as well, but I think
it really is a top 3.
I think Rome is like the odd man out on the Titans big board. I do think he'd be 4th.
I think he is the 3rd of these top 3 receivers, but to me, it's not. I'm just guessing. But I guess I'm thinking my gap between 2 and 3 is smaller than other people's.
Yeah, some people, and I'm like, I don't love the discourse on Rome because there's a lot of people who are weirdly just kind of low on him, at least in terms of like ceiling projection. I don't understand that at all. He's a very complete receiver. He is like day one.
They better be high on Penix then, because I need an explanation of like, what did you think was going down in Washington?
Or was it the offensive coordinator? Because if that's the case, Seattle's offense this year is about to be insane, right? Like, you got to explain it somehow, because you better think Michael Penix is a top 10 prospect if you're not that high on Rome, because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But I'm going Alt at 7.
I would go to bed a very happy camper if Joe Alt was playing next to Peter Skoronsky for the next 10 years.
Dude, we're in sync, baby. I was literally just about to mention that. Strong left side. Strong
Run
side.
left. Run left. Yes, sir. Now, I get to make one of my favorite picks in the draft. As our good friend Gabe said in the group chat the other day, Dallas Turner should have bought a house in Atlanta months ago. This is the second most obvious pick in the draft to me, behind Caleb Williams at 1. He's a perfect scheme fit for Raheem Morris's defense. The Falcons haven't had a dominant edge rusher since the Bronze Age. Dallas Turner at number 8, lock that shit in.
This is something I like to look. I like to look at it. I mean, I don't like. I've mentioned this before. I respect PFF. I don't live off their grades, but pretty noticeably got better every single year.
Yeah, which linear projection is all, or linear development is always nice to see.
Yeah.
Which
all right,
you
Dallas
see that
Turner.
You see that with Malik Neighbors. You see that with Marvin Harrison Jr. You see that with even with Jaden Daniels to a degree, certainly got better after leaving Arizona State. Rome Odunze got better every year, I would say. Speaking of, I don't know if I'm the Bears personally, I'm running this shit to the podium if Rome's still there.
Me too, because I mean we've seen the love. We've seen some tweets being sent out about some love between Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze. You seen these?
Yeah, well, I haven't, but I mean, both Pac-12 guys, conference that no longer exists. Sadly, RIP to Pac-12.
Just some funny tweets because they were on the same plane.
Yeah.
And then, just some funny tweets sent out. But these are, at the very minimum, these two guys already know each other, get along. You're going to have your rookie wide receiver and quarterback come in together. They're going to be at rookie training camps together. All of that. They're going to be, having more time to develop chemistry than Caleb will with the other wide receivers who are great.
Yeah.
You cement what people have already saying, that this is going to be like the best situation a number 1 pick has ever come into.
Yeah.
You get Rome, that's cemented. I'm taking Rome.
Yeah. I think the only way this wouldn't be Rome is if this was like Byron Murphy. I could see this being Byron Murphy. Yeah. But other than maybe even Brock Bowers, but really, I think if Rome is here at 9, this is like, you don't think about this even for a second. You are sprinting to the podium with Rome's card written down, and you are very, very happy if you are Ryan Poles. So, now the Jets, this is one of the more interesting picks in the draft. because you could draft for immediate help, which is likely, or you could draft for, you could draft a tackle for the future because you've got Tyron Smith, you've got Morgan Moses, so you've got your starters penciled in. But Tyron Smith is good to miss at least 6 games this season, but honestly, with how this is like one of the deepest tackle classes ever, I think you can afford to wait even until pick 72 to take a developmental tackle. Because that is their next pick, is the 72nd pick. Because the Aaron Rodgers pick is their second round pick. You could, honestly, you could wait until 72. And I think they will. This is a tough one. Though.
Mm-hmm. Because they did a decent job of like, maybe not completely fixing, but like filling in their drastic needs to a point of where they're not forced to take a certain position with this pick.
If Rome was still here, I'm penciling that in a heartbeat as well, because could you imagine Aaron Rodgers with Rome Odunze? That would be Garrett Wilson. Insane. That would be,
and the 3 games you get of Mike Williams.
Yep. Oh man, that would be the best wide receiver in the league for 3 weeks. But you almost kind of want to go Brock Bowers here, just as like a And I think I will.
Okay.
I think I will.
I don't hate it
because like get another weapon for the year that you have still of Aaron Rodgers. Just get another guy in the room. Now we've got New England. Moved back. Obviously couldn't get their quarterback. Now they could. Maybe they really like Bo Nix. I doubt it.
I got a plan here. I've got a if I'm New England, I think priority 1 is they don't have their quarterback right now.
Let's build around the future quarterback.
Let's go ahead and start putting together a team a quarterback can't succeed in. Because if they're honest about themselves, they look at this roster and they go, if we took a quarterback at 3, he'd probably get killed.
Yeah.
I think if I were them, I would take the best tackle on the board.
Now, who is that to you? Because there are a lot of great tackles on the board here, and a lot of them are right tackles. Mm-hmm. The best left tackle available is Troy Fautanu. Now,
I guess I have to ask myself, and I don't know because new coaching staff. I doubt it's going to be too different because it's from the same. It's like directly from the same tree.
And so is the front office as well.
Yeah. But it's just because best pass blocker is Fashanu.
That's true.
Run blocker, Fuaga. Maybe you want a little more versatility with Fautanu. And this part I'm gonna ask for your input on.
Okay.
About what you think New England, because I'm going with a tackle. What do you think New England would be leaning here?
I think if the idea is you're looking to build around your quarterback of the future, whoever that's going to be, if you're looking to build around a quarterback that you could eventually plug into this roster, you take the best pass protector available and just hope he can develop as a run blocker. So that would be Olu Fashanu in this situation.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I'm surprised he's now like tackle 4 after being in conversation for tackle 1.
I think the reason the league is a little lower on him, his hands are small. I think that definitely hurt his stock when his hands measured at he's got 9-inch hands or whatever.
That's huge.
It does matter. It does matter for especially for offensive tackle, and then not to mention the run blocking's always been a problem. It improved, but it didn't improve as much as I think teams wanted it to, and. We've got Denver here at 12 now. I do not buy that this is Bo Nix territory. I think that is ridiculous.
No.
If you're thinking about taking Bo Nix at 12, shame on you. Now, with that being said, I am looking here, and I did read a report the other day that they don't have a second-round pick. And
that's why I said trade into the second.
Yeah. But I did read a report the other day that the Eagles are looking to trade up in the draft, and the trade thing does tell me Philadelphia. When you click over the trade tab, it does say Eagles. And
mine says Steelers.
Interesting.
Different AI, baby.
It says Eagles, and I like the Eagles picked 22nd. I could see Bo Nix going at 22, maybe. That's like the earliest I would ever possibly take him because I'm not a Bo Nix guy, but I know Sean Payton probably is because that's his tall white boy with the sauce. And if you're gonna stick and pick, it's probably Leatu Latu, if not a corner of sorts, maybe Quinyon Mitchell. I Who would the Eagles be coming up for in this scenario if the Eagles were coming up? That's what I would want to know. Who would they be coming up for? Would it be Quinyon Mitchell? Do you want to just be greedy and have it be Byron Murphy and just continue building the ultimate interior defensive line? Just run 12 deep on the D line. Just who's gonna stop me?
Yeah.
That would be fucking insane. I wouldn't even put it past Howie to do that, to be honest with you. But I might just stick and pick here and take Latu. Me personally, I wouldn't want to take Bo Nix at 22.
I think that team needs talent. The Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos should honestly just draft a good fucking player, and that's what Leatu Latu is. So
I agree.
Let's go with Leatu Latu. I'm not going to overthink this one.
I think if there was no medical concerns, he'd be gone by now.
Yeah, probably. But granted,
I would say
what I've heard is that most NFL teams have greenlit the medical concerns. Their doctors aren't super worried about it. At least what I read the other day, what my friend showed me yesterday, that he's gotten good news. His camp has gotten good news as far as the way teams are concerned about his medicals. So I don't see him falling too far. I could see him falling into the 20s, but I don't think he's like falling out of the first round because of the next stuff. Like Jalen Phillips, a very similar situation, was forced to medically retire, still got taken in the 20s, and you could argue his medicals were a lot worse. I'm not a doctor, but it sure sounded like Jalen Phillips had much, because he had like concussion issues. Like he was going to get brain damage if he got another one type shit. And he was still taken in the first round. So, whereas Latu's got more of like a Leighton Vander Esch type thing going on.
Who just retired. Okay. So I don't think... I think at 13, I'm not going to have the Raiders reach on a quarterback.
Hell no.
So, I'm not sure what their next position of need is.
This could be a corner. There's plenty of good corners still on the board. This could be Byron Murphy. This could be Tali Fuaga.
I would have easily, and I still could.
But the Christian Wilkins signing definitely makes this a little less likely. But they've got Fuaga still on the board. This could be, again, corners a big need. This could be where Quinyon Mitchell goes. This could be Terrion Arnold. This could be let's see.
I think I'll go I think I'll go Fuaga.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking about like Kansas City doesn't really have wide receivers that you feel the need to like take a corner here for.
Chargers definitely don't have wide receivers.
Chargers don't, and
the Broncos just traded.
I mean, they did take Marvin Harrison Jr.
I suppose, but it is just him.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Denver just traded away Jerry Jeudy. We don't know what they're going to do in the draft.
So I'll go Fuaga here just because.
Yep.
Those corners maybe are more value, but I think they don't need them right now.
All right, Tali Fuaga it is.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with a good offensive lineman.
New Orleans at 14. If Shawnee was still here, we'd run that to the podium. That's what we did. They are pissed. However,
they don't like how this board's been falling.
You get a cute little consolation prize here. Byron Murphy's still on the board. And you put him next to Brian Brissy. I think you're very happy with your interior for the next 8 years. So we're gonna go Byron Murphy. I was very heavily considering Troy Fautanu there because that'd be a great consolation prize at tackle as well if Fashanu's gone. Even though most teams in the NFL are gonna have Fautanu probably a little higher on their board, maybe even than Fashanu, or Fashanu. I think is actually how it's said. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I like Byron Murphy at some point. He's not gonna be the lowest he falls, I feel, is the 18th pick, and if he's for whatever reason not taken at 18 by Cincinnati, he's guaranteed going at 19 to the Rams. So I don't know. That's where I'm at.
All right. I think the corner fall. I don't think we've had one go yet.
It's got to stop now. Yeah,
It stops here. It's going to be. I think I would have the Colts take Quinyon,
and I think Colts fans would be very happy if Quinyon Mitchell made it to 15. Because there were quite a few candidates to take him before this.
That's because, they could use the boy.
The Seahawks here at 16. Um, I think I made this pick last time, or at least I tried convincing you to make this pick last time. I don't remember if you actually did it. This one is starting to feel like chalk, at least with what I've seen from a lot of people. I'm going to go with Graham Barton, and he's probably going to play on the interior. I was thinking about trading back because I saw Cincinnati was wanting to come up. I don't know who they'd be moving up for, though. Like, if Byron Murphy was still on the board, I could see the Bengals trading up for him, but I don't know who the Bengals would
Jerzon, I don't know.
Johnny Newton might not even go in the first round, from what I'm hearing. He could even fall out. Like, I don't think he should. I think he's a plenty good enough player to be taken this high, but I don't think he's going to be taken this high.
Okay.
I think the league is low on him than the. Yeah, I went Graham. Sorry. I went Graham Park. Okay. Already. Jacksonville. This seems to me like another obvious corner pick.
It does. Let's go. You know, I love the white truth, but I don't know where everyone else stands on him, so I'm gonna go Terrion Arnold.
I hope he lasts to a certain pick because there's a place I want to take him at where I think he'd be a really great fit. But I'm with you. I think Terrion Arnold to Jacksonville, if he's here, makes a lot of sense. We've got Cincinnati, and I gotta tell you, yeah, Johnny Newton will make a lot of sense here. I think it sucks seeing Fautanu still on the board here, but like every time I do mock drafts, I have no idea where to take him high because I feel like he should go higher because he's a good enough player, but I just don't know who'd prefer him to, whoever else. And to me, this is J.C. Latham, and I think it's with Trent Brown being on the team, you could play Latham at guard year one, and I hope they do, and I hope he's so good at guard they don't even think about moving him to tackle because I genuinely do believe Latham will fail at tackle in the NFL. I don't want him to. Like, I would never root for a guy to fail if I was lower on a guy. I would never feel good about somebody not being successful, but I just don't think he has the foot speed. I don't think he has the movement skills to succeed at tackle in the NFL. I think he'd be a very good guard, and I sure hope that's where they put him year one. If they take him, I'm going to go J.C. Latham.
All right, JC.
This is a fun one. There's a lot you could do here.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's the first time they've picked this high in 8 years, so Rams fans are probably jumping for joy at the chance of being able to take a high caliber player for the first time since the Stone Age.
So, I could take Newton.
Mm-hmm. Could take
which would
Troy
make sense.
Fautanu.
I'm kind of thinking him.
Could even take Jared first to put him next to Byron Young on the edge. Wouldn't hate that.
I think that team, older quarterback, you probably want to keep him upright.
Mm-hmm.
Really talented lineman has fallen to you.
I think that's fair.
I think I'm going to go with Fautanu on this one.
I think I like that a lot. Yeah,
just because, if Stafford's healthy, that team is a threat. If he's not, they're not.
Yeah. Steelers. I am hearing a ton of buzz around wide receiver, and Brian Thomas Jr. is still on the board, and I think you got Russell Wilson. You kind of want to make sure he succeeds. And
Justin Fields?
Don't hold your breath. I said don't do that. Stop.
Justin
Fields. I'm going to go with Brian Thomas Jr. at 20 to the Steelers.
Right.
And I think Steelers fans are going to be very happy. I've seen some Steelers fans get really upset at the idea of them taking an offensive lineman. I also think you need to keep Russell Wilson upright, but that's just me. I could see corner there. If Terrion Arnold was still on the board, I would love that. Like, I think that's the pick we made last time because you said that would be the most Steelers pick in that situation. Just now having two press man corners on the outside, just punching your wide receiver in the face pre-snap every play, or just within 5 yards. But sir, you have the pick. It's Miami. What are we doing?
Now, you know what would be funny, and I'm not going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Is if they saw Xavier Worthy's 40s time and just went, oh, he fits our team exactly. but I think I'm leaning.
If Fautani was still here, I'd like that a lot, but he's not. So that's stinky. It's a little stinky.
They could just go. Let's see. Let me
Johnny
really get
Newton to replace Christian Wilkins.
That's what I'm leaning.
Could be the case here.
I don't know. I don't think they need to overreact because they got super injured on the edge.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
think they.
That's true. Chubbs and Phillips both.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. So I'm gonna go Newton.
Okay.
Let's go Johnny Boy.
I think that's a good spot for him. I like that a lot. This right here, Cooper DeJean, lock it in. This makes so much sense to me. This is like Vic Fangio's dream.
No.
This is. I know you'll hate to see it, but like
I don't want the last white hope to go to Philly.
This is like. This just makes so much sense, man. It's unavoidable. Like,
you don't think they're a Nate Wiggins or Kool-Aid type of team?
I think Cooper DeJean is the perfect scheme fit for them because you can do so much with him. You can play him in the slot this year while you still have Bradbury and Slay. You can play him on the outside in the future. You can play him at safety in the future. He's a great fit for Vic Fangio's defense. I think Fangio's going to be pounding the table for Cooper DeJean if they stick and pick at 22 and he's there. And
all right.
I think the way the board has fallen, I don't think any player makes more sense than Cooper DeJean. So I'm going to go Cooper.
Fine.
New England. Who did we take at 11? Fashioner, excuse me.
Yes. So, now, who do you think the best wide receiver available is?
Probably Adonai Mitchell. And for damn sure ain't Troy Franklin. Let me tell you something. Guarantee you it's not Troy Franklin. Adonai Mitchell's probably the best wide receiver still available. And this could
New England
this could be a Jared Verse
take Ladd McConkey a little early?
I would if they New England's gonna want a separator. I would really like Ladd McConkey to New England, even if it feels a little early. Let's look at who wants to trade. Arizona wants to come up.
On mine, it's the Lions at 29.
Okay, Arizona at 27 as well shows up for me. I don't think there'd be any competition to take Ladd McConkey between 24 and 26. So,
or 20? You mean 27?
Well, New England would have 27 in that scenario.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
between 24 and 26, I don't think there's any competition.
So who would the Cardinals come up for? Would they just be coming up for Verse? If they do they like him and they say, "Hey, that's a talented guy we can get on
for
our
Jackson
defense"?
Powers Johnson to try and jump Dallas.
I can see that.
In fact, I think that's where my head's at. If that's
do you trade up for a center though?
You do if he's as good as Jackson Powers Johnson.
Okay.
This is up to you. You control 27 and 23, so this is entirely up to you.
I can't. I know how I feel about the center position.
Yeah.
But it just feels like the rest of the actual NFL
just doesn't
wouldn't value it enough to trade up for it.
That's fair.
So, you know what? Let's just reach on Ladd.
Okay. I don't even think it's that big of a reach.
I don't know.
You need a separator that badly. Go ahead and take him.
Yeah.
We took Troy Fautanu last time for Dallas, I remember. Because I told you, I was like, if you don't take Troy here, I'm going to shoot you. Because it's just, because between, you just kind of figure out the left side of your offensive line if you take Troy Fautanu if you're Dallas. Now, obviously, he's not here anymore. But
as a Cowboys fan, I'll just tell you, I think this needs to be an offensive lineman.
I'm definitely leaning Jackson Powers Johnson since Arizona didn't come up. And I think if Arizona had come up to 23 for Jackson Powers Johnson, I think Dallas would be pissed. Because I don't know who else the pick would be. Maybe it'd be Amarius Mims. Maybe. In fact, I don't know, I kind of wish Mims was going higher. But also, I wouldn't mind him going to Green Bay in the next pick. So, they do love their Georgia guys in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. So, they do love the matching G's. It's a thing there. That's why they took Devontae Wyatt and
I kind of think tackle's a bigger need for the Cowboys than center.
Yeah, and I mean,
Just because you have two
Mims
all
is
pros playing guard right
yeah,
now,
and Mims
the
is
big
like the
question marks are on the
last.
tackle.
Mims is like the last great tackle on the board. Okay, we'll go Mims here. I think I'll go
All right.
Mims.
Mims. And then it
There's
lets you keep your all pro level left guard at left guard.
not necessarily. Mims is a right tackle, so you'd have to move him over
Oh.
and hope he succeeds.
Well, I would assume, fuck it, big boy, go try left.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind trying.
I don't love switching guys on the line when they come out of college, but I also don't hate it.
Granted, he's inexperienced, so like it's not like he's hard set committed at right tackle because he only has like 500 something snaps in his college career. So
Quick
it's not
breaking news: Tyrese Maxey wins NBA Most Improved Player.
Oh, nice, good for him. That's deserved.
I guess. I mean, I preferred Kobe White to win the award.
Fair enough.
I'll just quick side note because to me, like, I don't know if Maxey improved or he just got a bigger role. To me, Kobe White genuinely improved.
That's fair.
But anyways, we're here for NFL draft.
Yes, sir.
And we're on
25. Oh. We got Green Bay.
I don't know. I don't know because Packers, they always, I don't know. I never know how they're going to draft.
They're an interesting one. I think Mims would be a pretty easy one to run in if he was still on board. But if he's not, I just don't know. There's no safety good enough to take here. And I don't think they need, like, edge help necessarily. They have Rashawn Gary. They just drafted Lucas Van Ness last year. Like, would they take Jared Verse? And if they did,
I mean, they because it's such a valuable position and it's one you can rotate in that if you're like, we don't love anyone here, this is the best player in our
if you
on
absolutely
our like if their board was this PFF board.
This could be Jackson Powers Johnson.
Really?
I think it could be. I don't think they're in love with Josh Myers. I know it's a contract year for him, and he's just not been very good. I still can't believe he got taken over Creed Humphrey. That should have been like Brian Gutekunst should have been executed on the spot when Josh Myers got drafted over Creed Humphrey. But it's a contract year for him. He's not been very good. I think they could just take Jackson Powers Johnson here.
I think I might have him reach on a safety. I feel like we usually see like a one like genuine reach.
We just saw Ladd McConkey go at 23.
Is that how genuine of a reach is that? That white boy got some sauce.
It's not a huge reach, but I mean, also the problem with reaching on a safety is that there is zero consensus on the safeties whatsoever. Like everybody's draft board in terms of safeties is all over the place. Like Tyler Nubin is the first on the PFF board. Some people are gonna have Nubin as like safety 6. You know what I mean? Like it is. I've never seen more variance for any position group than I have with safety this year. Like I saw somebody put Kalen Bullock as a safety 2, and I saw 2 other guys the same day with Bullock outside of their top 10. Like nobody knows where these safeties are going to fall. And like some guys you can kind of tell are probably going to go earlier, like day 2-ish. Like Nubin, Bullard, and Hicks are probably going to go day 2. But like Dadrian Taylor-Demison, his stock is all over the place. Tyke Smith could go a lot higher than he's projected to.
I mean, do you know how we make this draft feel realistic?
You take Tyler Nubin.
You take a player that you're like, what? Because there's always I'm going. Let's go Nubin.
All right, fuck it. I don't hate this. I like you explain it in a good way. I don't hate this. Now, if you're the Bucks and Jackson Powers Johnson makes it to 26, you're not thinking twice about this. You are running this home. You are taking him, and Arizona, who desperately tried trading up twice for me in a couple of my spots here, is not gonna be able to take him. So now Arizona's a weird team to pick for.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there's a need at corner, and Nate Wiggins is on the board, and so is Kool-Aid McKinstry. So I don't know.
No Verse?
You could take Verse here if you wanted to. Granted, again, I personally don't think he's going round 1. I think he's going to be one of those weird falls. There's some every year. You gotta have him somewhere. I think it's going to be Verse.
But I think this is already a fall for him.
I think he's falling out of round 1. I don't think Verse going in the 20s is ridiculous. I think he's projected to go in the 20s. I don't think this is ridiculous.
Maybe, probably at this point now.
Yeah, his ADP is 20.1, and I think he's going to go lower.
I guess I'm used to seeing him go higher.
The problem is there's just not enough teams with an immediate need at edge, and there's too many edge rushers that other people like Chop Robinson could easily go round 1. Marshawn Nealon could easily go round 1. Like,
you know what? I think
just based on
defensive-minded head coach, I'm going to have the Cardinals taking Jared Verse.
All right.
Just getting, I think
get some extra help off the edge.
Give him some edge.
The Buffalo Bills.
The Bills.
Lad McConkey's gone. Brian Thomas Jr. is gone. I am not drafting no damn Troy Franklin. Adonai Mitchell, get ready to learn table, buddy.
Learn table.
Yep. Get ready to learn full.
Get ready
table,
to
buddy.
eat wings, buddy.
Yeah. Get ready to learn buffalo wings, partner. You are a Bill. Certified. Yep.
Now, I think the Lions are pretty happy about Nate and Kool-Aid falling to him.
I think Kool-Aid is like damn near a guarantee if he's here at this point.
You think he fits?
Yeah, Kool-Aid's a fantastic fit for Detroit's defense. I think he's and you get to reunite him with Brian Branch.
Okay, that sounds good to me. I'll take it in Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Baltimore. We've got a need at tackle. We've got a need really at both tackle spots at this point because you're worried about Ronnie Stanley's health, and Morgan Moses is gone. Got traded for peanuts for some reason. And you've got a need at corner still. This could be Nate Wiggins. Really, this is like, I'm just going to say now, Baltimore's probably the easiest pick for like team that's going to finish with a worse record than they did the previous year. And I still think they're a playoff team. Mm-hmm. But you lost so many great coaches. You lost so many great players. This is just a tough team to like realistically project to win 14 games again or 13, whatever they won last year. Like, I just don't know how they do it. I don't think they will do it. They could win 10 or 11, 12 on a good day. But they've got a lot of holes to fill, and I don't take corner often for Baltimore. I usually go Jordan Morgan or some shit here. I'm going to say Nate Wiggins. He's on the board still. They need a corner. You like the potential of Nate Wiggins. I'm going to go Nate Wiggins.
All right. Now, there's a team in mind that I want to trade back up into the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see, or like, what do you think would make sense for either, like the way this board is falling?
Yeah.
Could you see either the Niners or the Chiefs trading into the very top of the second round, just trading back into the very top of the second?
Yeah, based on the needs available for both teams, like all the top corners are gone. Like Nate Wiggins was still here. San Francisco probably would have stuck and picked. But if you're looking at tackle, you've got Jordan Morgan on the board. You've got Tyler Guyton on the board. You've got Patrick Paul on the board. You can afford to wait at tackle if you're San Francisco. You don't have to take one right this moment. You'd be reaching on one, quite frankly, if you took one right now. I could see San Francisco absolutely trading back in this spot. Okay. I have a pick in mind for Kansas City. I know who I'm taking at 32. And as long as
I'm going to have the Niners trade back
with Host.
And let me paint you a little picture here, because they're going to be trading back with a team that just brought in some pieces to help a quarterback. And this team is going to value this fifth-year option.
Oh.
So that's why they're trading back into the first instead of just waiting. Because this player might still be available when they pick. But I'm going to have the Patriots with 3 first-round picks this year trading back into the first. They'll have 3 after this.
What are
trade.
They giving up?
So 34, 31. That's a 3-spot move. I don't think it takes too much.
It doesn't take anything ridiculous, but again, like you said, the fifth-year option creates a second element here of like it drives with the value bit. Because you're not just moving up 3 spots, you're altering the contract structure as well. So I think you have to give up 68.
You think 68?
I think 68, realistically, because the way the contract is altering.
How about we
can
do
go with
103
68 and like 68 and 124?
How about I was 124?
Yeah, let San Francisco trade 124 as well.
Oh. Okay. I don't know. I think they would want to keep 68.
Then I don't know, 103 straight up it would have to be.
Yeah. I mean, the details I don't care too much about predicting.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to force this trade.
Okay.
And they're in. And now the question is,
who'd they come up for?
Would it be Knicks or would it be Penix?
Who's New England going to prefer?
I'm just going to go with Knicks.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. We'll see.
All right.
But it's more the idea of, hey, they spent, these other first 2 picks getting guys. Then they come back up, get another one, get their quarterback. So I'm just going to go Knicks, but this, in my mind, could really be either Knicks or Penix, but we're going to go Knicks here.
Kansas City. I have a take.
All right.
I have a take. This man is 6'7".
Whoa.
315 pounds. 36 and a quarter inch arms. Give me Patrick Paul out of Houston. I told you, this is a take of mine. I think Patrick Paul could sneak into round 1. At the very least, he's going early round 2. Patrick Paul's agent, I think, has told Patrick Paul that some teams are looking at him round 1. Patrick Paul himself has said he might be going round 1. Why are you looking at D-line and edge? Oh, there we go.
I didn't know what the fuck Patrick Paul was.
Tackle.
Oh, okay.
Tackle. Yeah. I'm taking Patrick Paul. And
damn.
I hope this doesn't actually happen, because if the Titans, for whatever reason, don't end up with Joe Alt at 7, I am sprinting to the podium with Patrick Paul at pick 38. I think Bill Callahan would do wonders with this man. But anywho, Kansas City needs a left tackle, and I think they love the traits in Patrick Paul, and they're going to look to develop him, and I think they'll be happy.
Wow.
Yep. So this is it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the board. This is the draft. Man, all right, let me go ahead and, all right. Winners. Team that I love. Obviously, I liked what the Patriots did.
Yep.
I get the, you can see an idea, and I respect that. Chargers being able to get Marvin Harrison and Justin Herbert together. That's huge.
I think Chicago, Caleb and Odunze, sign me up. Run that to the podium. Cardinals getting Jared Verse all the way down at 27, and then getting your pick at wide receiver, whoever that may be, at 4. I think you're happy with it for Arizona.
I think they'd be getting some fan backlash just for passing on Marvin, even though
they would have gotten fan backlash for passing on Malik too. He's a better fit for their scheme, and some people, I know plenty of people who have Malik over Marvin on their board.
I think the fan lash would be significantly bigger for passing on the guy that's been talked about for as long as he has.
I think that's fair, but I wouldn't say they're not winners in this situation. You get to take your bit. If you're the front office, you feel like you won because you got Verse to fall at 27 and you got to take your pick at wide receiver.
There is something to when you see a team quote unquote reach on a play where you're like, you know what, that team has their own board.
Mm-hmm.
They like that player. They took that player. That's a good sign on they really think that this player fits them, which is a big deal for these for players where they go.
Yeah.
Because if you're just this is the top guy on the board, I guess this is value. I guess we'll find a way to make it
player available. Fit. Yeah, sometimes it's worth if it's that big of a fall. But sometimes you just gotta take the guy that fits your roster the best, fits your scheme the best, fits your culture the best. That's another thing is we are not in the rooms with these players. We do not know how they interview. We don't know how they mesh with the staff and whatnot at the combine or during the top 30 visits. These staffs know these players on a personal level to some degree. They know what kind of person they want in their building, and
I know what kind of man you are.
So, this to me, I get what you're saying. Sometimes it does prove to be that way. Like when the Raiders took Cleveland Farrell 4th overall. Granted, that was a Mike Mayock draft pick, and Mike Mayock should have never been hired as a GM to begin with. That was fucking stupid.
There's also a thing of
you don't take a TV analyst and turn him into a general manager. It's ridiculous.
There's also the part of like playing the board as well and playing the game.
Yeah.
It's like, this is my favorite guy, but it's everything points to this being a reach. What that means is maybe I could trade down, still get my guy and other stuff.
Yeah. That's like you've seen that happen before. Like you see every year, you see at least one team in the first round trade down and still get the guy you think they probably target for the most part.
Yeah.
And I don't think we had that necessarily in here. But like, for example, if I had the Seahawks trading back from 16, like,
well,
which I think is possible.
I could imagine the Patriots
possible.
With Fashanu.
I don't think they would take him
like,
third overall.
Well, no, it's just a matter of like, is that our guy?
Yeah.
Like he's the best. If they agree that he's the best pass blocker in the draft, and they go, really, that's valuable.
That. Yeah. I guess I see what you're saying there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the draft.
That's the draft.
Let's move on. Okay. I don't know why I got on my knees for this. I wasn't down there the whole time. But
yeah, I get it.
I moved partway through. Okay. Do you want to do... Let's cut deep first, then wavelength?
Yeah, let's get deep.
All right.
We're going to do one of each, just like we did previous week.
Oh, okay. I think this is a fun icebreaker, a little bit. Shower in the morning or at night?
At night. Let me wash the filth off from the day when I get home.
So, I think more accurately for me, I be in my bathroom a lot. My water bill gotta be high.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll like, if I'm going out, it depends. Like going to work, I won't bother.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I wake up in the morning and I'm going out, like to just enjoy things.
That's different.
Shower.
Yeah, I'll shower in the morning if I have plans, like in the afternoon. You know what I mean?
For me, it's more of like shower just when I get home and like take a bath at night.
Okay.
So there are days where like I'll take 2 showers and a bath.
That's insane.
Because I'll wake up and I'm like, I'm going to go do something, take a shower, get clean, get going, come back, maybe work out or whatever. But either way, come back, probably work out, take a shower because I'm gross now from working out or being out. And now it's winding down, time to go to bed. I like to take a nice hot bath, read a little bit, drink my chamomile tea, and get ready to sleep.
You damn straight. Okay.
Yeah. I definitely overhydrate my skin. All right.
So we got deep. We got deep coming up. Deep.
All right. Oh, here we go. Well, it's being loose with the term deep. We've talked about this before. We're not going to get too crazy with these cards. Deep. What was your favorite meal growing up? Why? I got to go to one.
I gotta go to. It's the one that I still make regularly myself. It's because it just reminds me of like home. Reminds me of my childhood. It's like something my mom would make. She'd come home from work late, whatever. Just throw something together real quick. Pasta and ground turkey. I always season it different every time. Oh, I see. I change that up too. I always season the meat different every time. Sometimes I go with spaghetti. Sometimes I got linguine. Sometimes I got fettuccine. Sometimes I got penne. Sometimes I got the bow ties.
Number one pasta for this. What is it? Like, if you could only make this one way going forward, how are you making it? I get the beauty of it is that you don't have to make it one way. But
probably just straight up spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Probably just default. Like, I like noodles more so than like bow ties or whatever. I like mixing it up, but I don't like. I definitely
I think we're different.
Noodle formed pasta.
And maybe it's because I'm dumb and I don't know how to use a fork. Spaghetti be fighting me. I'm like, just get the fuck on here.
Twirl it, man.
I know.
You gotta do the spin move. You gotta do the Pascal Siakam when you eat spaghetti, man.
I try.
All right, you're not trying hard enough.
Okay.
I think it's my grandfather that taught me how to do that. You gotta get with my grandfather. I gotta let him coach you up. But
I'm gonna be going with meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
Okay, it's a real Midwestern classic right there.
I guess so. I mean, this is the way my grandma made it. My paternal grandma, who then taught my mom. Yeah, meatloaf. Because I think growing up, I guess I was a picky eater. Didn't always like what mom made.
Mm-hmm.
But that meatloaf, when she made it, hit. Mashed potatoes, I would always take a cheese stick. I still do this. I dip the cheese stick in the mashed potatoes. Eat it. Very good. And meatloaf is like the poster dish for if you don't like this, you haven't tried this recipe, or you haven't tried my recipe type thing. I think Phineas and Ferb makes that joke specifically with meatloaf. Dr. Deuce
I've had some nasty ass meatloaf. I've had some exquisite meatloaf. It really is just like that kind of thing. That's in terms of like if you don't like this, you just haven't tried this yet. That's people that don't like guacamole when they have my mom's, including myself.
Who doesn't like guac?
I didn't like guac the first few times I had it, but I like my mom's, and I like guac more in general now than I used to. But like my girlfriend did not like guac. Then she had my mom's, and she was like, "Oh, this is really good, actually." So
I had guac right before we recorded this.
Hey, respect. I gotta make guac again, man. I gotta run to Publix and get me some avocados.
It was definitely lower tier guac. Like just by my own, like what I can make myself standards, it was lowered. Like it's just.
I got my mom's guac recipe, so I can shut that shit up real quick.
All right. Let's see. Deeper. Okay, this is just a nice. This could be a sweet one, I think.
Okay.
Who is your go-to person for advice? Why? This is tough because I don't think I have one.
I do have one, actually. It is my best friend, who is also my ex-girlfriend, Aria. If you remember her.
Of course.
Yeah, we talk pretty regularly still, and usually if I need advice, she's like the first person I go to.
Yeah, I really don't have one.
She usually does just drop really good advice, too, so that's why I keep going back if I really need it.
That's sweet. I mean, so it's good to see, ex partners on good terms.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel about a partner being on that with. I just don't know how I'd feel. I'm not saying I'd hate it, but
I get that.
Because I think it can happen, but be them being truly just platonically.
Yeah.
But it's like, I just feel like in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Even if you trust your partner like that's just gonna be there.
Yeah, well, we dated freshman year of high school. Like,
that's a big.
Yeah, it's not like this was a relationship I had in my 20s that was like, like a multi-year long, like type thing. It's not.
You're gonna have to run that back. You froze.
You froze
right
for
before
me
you started speaking.
Okay. It's like this wasn't like a relationship you have as an adult. It was like a multi-year thing. Like it was a decent length. It was like a 7 or 8 month relationship, but it was high school, which isn't just like say like we aren't like it wasn't whatever, but we've still been friends since then, and we've maintained that, and it hasn't like nobody wanted to take it anywhere else, other than where it's been, and I'm happy where it is.
Oh, all right. I guess wavelength time now.
Sure. Well, did you have a person you go to?
I genuinely don't.
You just text Gabe and I. You need to vent.
I think I maybe by default, and I don't mean that in a rude way, but I think by default it might be you guys.
Well, the two of you for sure, as well as my other 3-person group chat. Like I definitely text, those like usually I text them first. Like I text you and Gabe, and I text the other two. Like that's usually an immediate thing for me. But
I think I'm just like I can deal with this myself. I'll figure it out. Or I'm like, the solution is clear, even if I don't want to do the solution or commit to whatever that is. I don't know. I mean, I don't be doing much. I don't be in like I've never been in a relationship, so I feel like those are a huge driver of like needing advice.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Is the wavelength time?
Yes. So I think
You guessed first last
We
week,
gotta
right?
okay, because we have top 3 we have set as the guest. Guesses first. I think we need to set wavelengths so we remember every time. We can do since the guest goes first for top 3, we can do the host goes first for wavelength.
Okay, and I am hosting this week, so I will be the first one to guess. So I'm gonna shut my eyes.
Okay.
And put some fingers on.
All right, it's been shown.
Hello. All right, it's been shown.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza toppings.
Yeah. 5 categories here.
Pizza toppings.
Let's go with a nice, clean. I don't know if I've ever had this, so this might be this might not be true, but I'm gonna go with anchovies.
So we're going low. We're going low today. We're going in the 1, 2, 3 range here.
Have you had anchovies?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I know the reputation is not high, so I'm gonna assume we're going low. As a TMNT fan, I know they don't like anchovies, and if they don't like anchovies, I don't like anchovies. So
shouldn't they?
Look, man, they don't.
Like compared to other toppings.
That's all I know.
Okay.
So they are mutant turtles. They're not regular turtles, so maybe the taste buds are a little different. I'm just saying.
Fair.
But
all right, so that's one. That's one category.
NFL quarterbacks.
NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Starters. I think we should
yeah. Let's go with starters.
Okay. Who's actually like set to start right now? Let me take a look at standings and just get an idea.
Well, for Denver right now, it's Zach Wilson and Jarrett Stidham. So if you're looking on the low end of things, that's where we're at.
And then let's see.
Daniel Jones is, of course, still starting, for better or for worse. Jacoby Brissett is... I mean, I wouldn't put him as low as... I think we had him at like 4 a couple weeks ago, which is about where he should be.
We did. Well,
you're cutting out. Yeah, you're still... I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, now you're back. What the fuck? That's the second time that's happened. I don't know what's going on.
It's weird. Like I was going to say, what was I going to say?
I don't know.
Let's just go with... Let's go with Stidham.
Jarrett Stidham. Okay, so we're looking at like 1 and 2.
Under the assumption that maybe he's... Since he's, Zach's the new guy coming in. Let's go with Stidham.
Okay. Ice cream flavors.
Well, this is my own opinion. Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of ice cream flavors as an ice cream flavor. Because let's go with like, this is my own opinion, like mint chip.
I was just gonna say, if you say mint chocolate chip, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Well, all right, count your days, buddy.
Well, what if it's 10? What if the number's 10?
There's no way you didn't get it. Jarrett Stidham is not a 10 out of 10 starting quarterback. I'm not even that big of a mint chocolate chip guy. I think it's just okay, but like, I don't know. I don't get the slander. Like, it's good. It's ice cream, But
I don't get the hype.
I wouldn't put it up there with the way some of the people do. Maybe my reaction was a little bit visceral. I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't have threatened. I shouldn't have made a threat on your life from not being a fan. I think it just might actually just be at 1. I think you are actually just at 1 so far. So we're gonna go books.
Oh, hold on. I have like a perfect one. What was its name?
Boy.
Hold on. Haunting Adeline.
Haunting Adeline?
Yeah.
Not familiar, but I'm just going to say
you haven't seen some of the book talk discourse.
I've seen some book talk discourse. Is that one of the ones with the spice in it?
It is the poster child for book talk right now.
So it's got spice, I take it.
Let me see if I can find like a quote from it.
Okay.
While you think of the next category, hold on. Hold on. Let's see here. People just tell me a crazy quote. Oh, this one might be serious.
Interesting.
I think I could find one real quick.
Okay.
I'll think I
my fifth topic while you're doing that.
Okay.
I have it in mind already. I lied.
Just gotta find this real quick because I definitely liked a video earlier of a guy talking about it.
Now that you've Googled this is gonna be like gonna show up in your like feed on like Instagram and TikTok and shit. Do you see his little feet? Oh, he stopped. He was like doing some kicks and like stretches and shit. He was so cute. Goddamn, 7:38.
Damn, bro, when did I watch this? Oh, here it is. Let me see if a quote shows up. Oh, that's an audio thing. I don't know if I should play that. Oh, it's all audio.
Stinky.
Oh, wait. Oh, fuck, I just saw it and I moved my cursor. Okay, well, apparently the main guy of this is, I'll just say this, is like, I think he's a stalker. I think he's a murderer. Okay. He talks about, I'm going to make you mine no matter what, even if I have to force it.
Oh.
Type quotes.
Stop romanticizing sexual assault in books. This is gross. We should not be teaching our young girls that this is okay.
And it's all over book talk, so young girls are reading this.
Stop romanticizing toxic relationships in fiction. They are still bad when they're fictional. I can't believe this needs to be said, but they are still bad when they're fictional.
I hate when movies have like huge age gap in relationships.
Ugh, like 19 and like 40. Like, kill yourself.
It's like, what are we doing? And they're like, no, the point of the movie is to show it's bad. You casted two hot actors. People are just going to be like, dope.
They're just going to skip to the good part.
Kids are just going to see that and be like, that's hot.
Yeah.
I should aspire for a relationship like that.
Yeah. I think you're at the very least they should stop casting conventionally attractive people in those roles. I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, Hollywood just needs to stop casting conventionally attractive people for every single role.
We need more ugly, weird white men in Hollywood, I feel. Like, we need...
Put me in, coach!
I don't want to be mean. We need more Paul Danos in Hollywood. Okay?
He did a fucking great job as the Riddler.
He's fantastic. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need more Paul Dano appearances. He's not ugly necessarily, but he's a little funny looking. Like, we need more funny looking men. Yeah. And funny looking women too. Fucking funny looking non-binary people. We need more funny looking folks in Hollywood.
I need a funny looking they them with a great thussy.
I need a funny looking they them with the gorilla grip thussy. All right. No, I need
spitting in my coffee.
Yeah. Perfectly androgynous. No, I need I just need more I need less conventionally attractive people in the media that I watch, because that's where the fucking unrealistic beauty standards come from. You know what I mean? Like, give me some ugly motherfuckers in the I don't know.
What a detour during Wavelength.
Anywho,
we spent 5 minutes of me trying to find a quote, and I never did.
So bad TV shows, or not bad TV shows, but TV shows. I know it's gonna be bad, but if you want to get particular, give me a season of a TV show. If you want to get specific, if one really stands out to you for this.
Well, my mind. I don't know if this is.
Your voice cut out again. Uh-oh. He's fixing the microphone. You're still gone. Oh, you're back. I think.
Okay.
Hi.
I will just go with what my mind immediately went to.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Community Season 4.
People like Community. So
they do.
But they don't.
Do you know how much I like Community?
You like Community.
I like it a lot.
You don't like Season 4.
But have you heard about Season 4?
I think maybe vaguely.
It is
like, one
referred
time.
to as the gas leak season. I think that's what they called it.
I'm gonna just go ahead and lock in and say you went with 1.
Is it your final answer?
Final answer. 1 out of 10.
It was 1.
Okay.
There were different writers on season 4.
That'll do it.
And I'm trying to remember if that's the season Donald Glover left or Chevy Chase left or what. But like they had different writers that season. It's probably not. It's still probably not actually a 1, but it's
bad.
Noticeably worse than everything else that show put out.
All right. I think I already have my number in mind.
Okay.
Okay. We're good.
Okay. Give me a holiday.
Ooh. Okay, I like that.
However you want to interpret holiday, it does not just have to be strictly federal government recognized.
You moving kind of federal right now.
Actually, I'm advocating you don't have to move federal.
This is tough. I'm gonna go with Halloween.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Halloween.
You've seen the pics, bro. You know I love Halloween.
I know you love Halloween.
You know I'll go out for it.
I know you and Dirk both.
I'm trying to think. I can't imagine you wouldn't like Halloween. Halloween feels like it'd be up your alley.
I actually have Halloween costume planned with my girlfriend this year.
Okay. It could be.
We have next year's planned as well. I'll tell you about it later.
I think the absolute lowest this could be is 7.
Okay.
And I don't think it's 7.
Yeah.
I'm leaning 8 and 9. I think if it were 10, you would have said Christmas.
Yeah.
Could still be 10 though. I wouldn't think it's crazy to say 10.
In general, I am very pro holidays. There's no holiday.
So I'm like, right now. I'm between an 8 and a 9. The range extends to 7 and 10.
Okay.
This might be too specific. I don't even know if there's 10 of these that we can name.
Go ahead. Try it.
I'll just say like school assigned books that we had to have read like during school. Is that too?
I might not have gotten one that was like this number for me.
Mm-hmm. I can do a different one.
Yeah, I think that's.
Did you get assigned flowers for Algernon?
For what?
No. I'll take that as a no.
What is Algernon?
It's a guy's name, or it was actually no. It was a mouse's name. Mouse's name.
Oh, they do a book, Flowers.
Yeah. Okay. It's about like this like science experiment or whatever that they're doing, and they're like it's to improve someone's intelligence.
Okay.
So they do it to this guy, and he's like medically retarded, I think, when it starts off.
Okay.
And there's also this. They also did it to mice, so he like fixates on this one named Algernon.
Okay.
That like the same thing happened to him, and he sees how Algernon like his intelligence spikes, and then it drops, and he dies, and then the same thing pretty much happens to him.
Okay.
And you see his writing, like what was interesting to me was like his writing terrible to start, then it's like normal, and then it's like super sophisticated, and then it steep drop, I think, and he dies.
Okay.
And I think he like
incredible
put the mouse to rest or whatever. And I think he gave him flowers or whatever.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. It was like the only book I got assigned where I was like, that
sounds awesome.
I wish I would that book. And I remember being like, this is hard to read because it was so bad, and then I was like, cool, this is easy to read, and then I was like, damn, this is hard to read again for a totally different reason. Okay, we still only have one question for this one. We went with Halloween, right?
You could always go with the old bread and butter.
Well, I could.
Yeah. I know we probably don't want to use it every single time.
No.
But it is so easy to like. It's such.
I'll do a Jason. Give me running back. NFL running back.
Tyjae Spears.
Okay.
Now, mind you, it's me saying tight.
Yeah, I know it's you.
Yeah.
So that's why I this should remove 10. Because you should say, like, CMC. But it's you, so it doesn't really remove 10 for me. I don't think you would have put him at 7. So I think 7's cut off. I think I'm still leaning 8, 9. I guess I'll lean 9, but could still be 10. Okay. Let's next question. Give me I don't know if we've done this one before. We probably have, but give me a zoo animal.
Ooh. I haven't been to the zoo in a while, but this one's very subjective. So I don't know how much this is going to really do for you.
Yeah.
I'll go with the hippopotamus.
Okay. I think I'm leaning away from 10.
Hippopotamus for Christmas.
But hippos go cool.
Only a hippopotamus will do.
I'm kind of leaning 8 now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think right now the range is 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning 8. Halloween, Ty J. Spears, hippo.
Yep. Hippopotamus.
Give me a store you commonly find at a mall.
Hot topic.
We're different men.
We're different men.
We're different men.
We're different men.
You scream Hot Topic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 8 or 9. I'm still feeling good about it being either one.
Mm-hmm.
I could really go either way.
We're different men. Well, you better ask a damn good 5th question.
I know, we are different men. Hot Topic ain't bad. But we're different.
If it was a 10, I would have said Lego store. But, then we'd be the same, man.
Well, you just gave away that it's not 10.
Well, you knew damn well it wasn't 10. Like you said, I would have said CMC. Let's be real. No. We would have been the same man if it was 10. I would have said Lego store. Probably. I don't know. There's other stores I'd consider. Would you consider, hang on, like food court stuff? Does that count too?
Let's go with no.
I've got one in particular that I see at like every mall. That would absolutely be like a 10 for me personally.
For me, it's Auntie Anne's.
That's what I was thinking of. Like Auntie Anne's is a 10. I don't know. And I see it in enough malls to where I count that.
Maybe we should be getting this.
I don't know, man. Ask me a damn good 5th question to help you determine where you're at here.
You know what? I like the question. I don't know if this will end up helping me.
Hey, fuck it, we
but I like the question.
You like the question?
Give me an NFL jersey.
Ooh, this is you know what? This is a take. This is a take. The Broncos, New Jersey.
I fuck with them from what I saw. I didn't really look at them too hard.
You and me might be the only 2 people on planet Earth that fuck with them. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Real.
People are not like.
And people always hate when New Jerseys get.
That's what I was saying, man. People hated them like everybody except whenever the Chargers put out New Jerseys, they were like, "Oh, I fucking love this," and like they're good, but they weren't like, I don't know. People hate every New Jersey. Like I've gotten used to the Rams New Jerseys. I think they're good.
Like outside of throwbacks being announced.
Mm-hmm. Everybody loves throwbacks unanimously, no matter what they are. Everybody loves throwbacks, but everybody hates updated jerseys. But I don't know. I like Denver's New Jerseys.
Okay. Fuck, I'm really at a coin flip between 8 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at the Denver's New Jerseys again.
The Jets and Lions and Texans also all got New Jerseys.
Yeah, something's going on.
I can't believe people are fucking with Houston's New Jerseys, but said Denver's weren't very good. That don't make no fucking sense to me. I think Denver's New Jerseys blow Houston's out of the water. That's just me.
Broncos, here we go. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to lock in at 8. I'm locking in at 8. Final answer.
Final answer, 8.
Yeah.
Absolutely sure.
Yes.
Couldn't be more positive that it's 8.
I'm not positive at all, but I'm going with 8.
Okay, yeah, it's 8.
Okay. There we go, baby. We both got ours.
Yep.
Dope.
I was thinking about going 10, but because you went 1, I didn't want to go complete opposite end.
Mhm.
So, plus I feel like that'd be an easy one to guess. Like, you say wide receiver, I say Justin Jefferson. Like, okay, we can end it right there. Like, you know what I mean?
But it was kind of the same thing with 1, though.
I suppose, yeah.
You got to throw them in every now and then.
Yeah, just have some fun with it.
Here's because also the fun of it at least could be someone gets a crazy takeout.
Yeah.
About what is a 1 and what is a 10.
That too. Honestly, once you know, yeah. Like
and
once
then you're
you know
I'm
if
just
it's a
curious
1
how
or
you
a
feel
10,
about certain things.
Or once you know it's really low or really high, like throw something else out there to see if you get a take. Like, for example, most people do not like the Broncos jerseys very much. I think 8 is a very fair rating to give the new Broncos jerseys. I like them a lot. But,
You saying that is what, made me sway towards 8. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now what, top 3?
Top 3 of the week. See, I did it this time.
Candy. All right. I got my 1 and 2 for sure. What's my 3?
There's a lot of candy on this planet.
I just ranked Halloween candy.
There is a lot of candy on this planet.
I ranked Halloween candy on the channel. Oh, shit. Theo Vaughn just dropped a podcast with Sketch.
Oh.
Definitely gonna check that out.
That's okay. Pressure makes diamonds. And I love pressure. You see that video, right?
Yeah.
No, I can't sit down all the way. I'll crush you. That's okay. Pressure makes diamonds. And I love pressure. Tuesday.
Only thing you're pushing is a marshmallow between 2 crackers, you fat fuck. Sorry, percussion. Had to let that one out. I'm just pulling up my candy tier list to remind myself what I said.
I've got my number 3. I've got my number 1. Number 2. I'm a little. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got my 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'll let you go first since I don't know my.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're going first regardless, but I mean, we'll go ahead and get started. I'll figure out my number 2 by the time we get there.
Number 3.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go with Starburst.
Okay.
I like fruitier candy.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, there's one exception. Well, I guess you could probably categorize each 3 in a different category. But for the most part, I prefer fruitier candy. I like good Starburst.
Favorite flavor?
Probably red. I know. I don't get the pink hype.
All right, all right, this is now going to be a solo series from now on. This is just Avillion Talks every week.
And then I just release Brayden Talks as the
and then we will maybe collab every once in a blue moon, and then he doesn't like pink Starburst. I'm never talking to him again, actually.
I didn't say I didn't like him. I just said I didn't get the hype.
Yeah. It's the same thing, buddy. He may as well have shot me in the face. It would have hurt me just the same.
I think the Starbursts are already ordered by how good they are.
Which is?
I think when you open the pack, I think it's like pink, yellow, orange, red.
Are you telling me you've got pink at 4?
Baby.
Are you telling me I need to hang up the call right now?
No.
Okay. All right, I didn't think so. Okay. I mean, to each his own, I guess, even if you're wrong.
Side note, I eat them with the wrapper on. 2 bites in, it's fully dissolved. 2 bites in, it's fully... 2 bites in, fully dissolved. It makes no difference to the flavor at that point. You're left with less of a mess. Feet shot for free.
I love you. I get back to this one.
All right, I had to go calm down for a second. Had to pet my cat.
I'll repeat it for you.
No, okay, all right. Well,
No. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Okay.
2 bites in, it's fully dissolved. It makes no change to the flavor at that point.
Okay.
You're left with less of a mess.
All right, you know what? Reduce, reuse, recycle. You're contributing less waste to the environment. I'll allow it.
I'm eco-friendly.
All right, you know what? That's fair.
Hopefully that helps me get some she-they pussy.
She-they pussy.
She-pussy.
She-pussy. The shussy.
All right, you're number
3 is an aptly named for a number 3 spot. We got the Three Musketeers. Now, I'm probably higher on this than most. I really like nougat. I'm a proud nougat supporter.
I think for traditional, like chocolate bars, or like maybe not traditional, I don't know, but chocolate bars, straight chocolate bars, like Three Musketeers and Crunch are like top 2. Those are tier 1.
Well, actually, hang on. I take it back. I lied. I fibbed. Milky Way. It's got nougat and caramel in it. I'm going Milky Way. I'm so sorry.
Milky Way's cool, but I definitely
Three Musketeers honorable mention. Because I you know what? Fuck it. You know we can have a tie every once in a while. I got a 3A and a 3B. Three Musketeers and Milky Way.
Okay.
And Milky Way's got more variety too. You know, it's got the midnight. It's got the dark chocolate. You know what I mean? It's got.
I feel like we're getting into different.
I suppose, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know. Anywho, Milky Way, Three Musketeers, 3-way tie for number, or 2-way tie for number 3. The floor is yours, sir. You're number 2.
All right,
spin it.
So I just said chocolate bars specifically because chocolate related things. Number 2 for me is the Reese's Cup. Love Reese's. Love peanut butter. Love chocolate. Combine them.
Great when separate, but when they combine, make the morning time epic.
Oh. Ooh, we were doing top 3 cereals. I don't think we've done top 3 cereals.
We haven't. Next week. I can't believe
tease. You guys just got a teaser.
R-double-E-S-E-S, yes. P to the U, double F-S, yes.
All right, but yeah, Reese's Cups, yes, they come in a lot of varieties. I'll just stick with the entry being traditional Reese's Cup. That's my number 2.
You then read my mind because number 2 for me was the Reese's Cup.
Wow, locked, dude.
Yep, locked in.
We got our wavelengths correct. We're syncing up here. We're not syncing up on number 1, but we're synced up on number 2.
How do you know that?
I 100% know you don't have my number 1.
I don't think you have mine either, in all fairness. But yeah, not much to say. You pretty much said it all. Love peanut butter, love chocolate, love them both at the same time. You know what I'm doing? Doing 2 Reese's Cups at the same time. You know what I'm saying? All right, never mind. Sir, number one candy. Where we at?
So,
what we spinning?
This is a candy that we would get at test time a lot of times.
Oh.
They would hand these out to help you perform. Other kids just started snorting them.
Oh, yes, sir.
And I was not on that shit.
Oh.
I was eating them because I love them.
I was smoking them, not snorting them, but I'm with you.
Even worse. I'd rather you do cocaine than smoke a cigarette.
It wasn't a cigarette, sir. It was a...
Crack?
Oh, man, I was giving you your window to announce what the fuck...
Oh.
Name the candy.
My favorite is Smarties.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Glad we got it out. I'm with you. I'm with you. Underrated.
Heavily. Anytime I say it's my favorite, people always go, never hear anyone say that.
I don't either, and it's not my favorite, but I like Smarties a lot. I've never turned down Smarties before. I've never gotten disappointed when somebody gave me Smarties for Halloween.
When I worked at a summer camp, I did it 8th grade and freshman year. Camp Hononwa, Boy Scout camp. I would buy when we got like our day to like go off camp.
I followed the Camp Hone and Walk Kitchen Instagram account for years.
Oh, that's right, because I was a part of it because I worked in the kitchen specifically.
Yeah, they had a picture of you on the page.
Oh, without a beard, don't look at it.
I remember. I gotta find that account again. I gotta find the beard. I gotta find the picture. I'm gonna make it my YouTube profile picture.
But I would I bought like a 5-pound bag of Smarties, and was just munching. Yeah, but
it'll do it.
But yeah, Smarties is my number one.
Banger, certified. Number one. It's no secret. I've made it no secret that I do like chocolate quite a lot. I am a bit of a choco fiend, and that is not changing with my number one selection here. I love chocolate. I love caramel. I love having a little crunch. My candy, I love having a little something to bite into. Anywho, my number one is 100 grand. 100 grand is where I'm at. It's where my head's at. If you look,
okay, I'm not too familiar with its game, honestly.
Okay, it comes in a red wrapper. There it is. There he is. There's our boy.
Dude, memories, dog.
I remember that picture like it was yesterday.
Dude, y'all don't want to know about this man.
Yeah, I don't want to know about
y'all
this
do
man.
not want to know about this man.
Good way or bad way?
He's just a character.
Okay, that's a good
I don't want to commit to saying either way.
Okay.
I wouldn't call him a bad. I wouldn't say it a bad way. I wouldn't say it a bad way. But this isn't this is not like some shaman I met in my life that guided me to a better man. I would not say that.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle.
This is just like crazy old dude that you'd be fucking with at work, but like he's also my boss.
I got one of those. I got a crazy old dude. He's not my boss, thankfully, that I fuck with at work. He fucks with me too. But there was this one day, I was I don't know what I was doing something downstairs, and I came up right as it was time to go. He was at his locker. He had just left his locker, and I flip him off all the time. It's just something that I do. I hadn't seen him in like 2 hours because I'd been downstairs working this whole time. And I came back up right as he's leaving his locker. He's coming down the hall. He rounds the corner right as I get there. And I just shove it right in his face. And I make the angriest fucking like... And he's fucking dying laughing. And it was just a good time. But
I'll just remember that man, like, because that would be family night at camp because it was a Boy Scout camp. And like some girl came in and he was like looking at her. He was like, damn. And the guy next to him was like, that's jailbait, Craig. And he's like, I know. And it's like, oh, I don't like this.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
I look over and I was like, no, you can't even be like, I didn't know. You could tell.
Yeah. I know. What do you mean you know?
What do you mean you know?
You're familiar?
Craig.
You're aware? All right.
He always had like a big thing of Vaseline on his desk too.
I wonder what he used that for.
Fucking Craig.
All right. You know what time it is? It's what we've been on.
Yeah. What we've been on.
What you been on?
So I've been going out shopping a lot recently.
Gone fishing.
That's what I've been on.
That's a Lapras.
Check this boy out.
That's a Lapras.
Yeah, nice big piece here, and then I got this smaller one. These little guys. Oh yeah,
I love that. I love
They've
it. That
joined
Pikachu looks all types of stupid, but that's okay.
They joined the Charizard and Dragonite that I have.
Pikachu's seen better days, but beyond that,
yeah, he has. That I've been on that. Let's see, what else have I been on? Just watching YouTube, I guess. I've been watching Game Grumps. I just watched them play Shadow of Colossus recently, old playthrough.
Oh, nice,
great one. And I think one thing that Game Grumps has going for it usually is like, specifically Dan, one of the two. never knows much about the games going in. Usually doesn't know anything.
Okay.
So their Doki Doki Literature playthrough and the Shadow of Colossus playthrough, top tier because he had no idea about anything going in.
Oh, so he didn't know the twist at the end of Shadow of Colossus.
No idea, and they had him play.
Yeah.
So he's like, Am I the bad guy?
Oh,
And then when the baby pops out, he's like, what the fuck? Top tier.
Top tier.
Not as good as their Doki Doki playthrough though.
I gotta watch it.
If you do you know about Doki Doki at all?
No.
Oh. Bro. If you ever were like wanting to try Game Grumps, check out that Doki Doki playthrough. And like, I still find the beginning part enjoyable.
Yeah.
But obviously, since I brought it up, there is a twist.
Yeah.
That much has been spoiled. Like,
Okay.
I still think, like I said, I still think the beginning part is enjoyable and funny to watch. But if you get to please get to the twist if you ever were to put that shit on.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's it. I mean, I started a new job. I'm getting used to that kind of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I've been on. What you been on, brother?
I been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I just finished season 1, but watching it with my girlfriend. So whenever she's over, it's one of her favorite shows ever. So
yeah, I've heard of that being like an all time.
Yeah, and it's got why is her name blanking right now? She plays Daphne in Scooby Doo.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Then
she's Buffy in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I know her name. I don't know why it's escaping me right now.
Because her husband played Fred.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a talking dog. It wasn't a girl's cartoon. It wasn't a boy's cartoon. Oh, he's a talking dog. It's one of my favorite like interview things I've ever seen.
Yeah, she's she does a good job, and in general, the show's really nice. She's got she's the Slayer, and there's also a Watcher, which the Watcher like teaches the Slayer. The Watcher is a total dilf. His name is Giles. He's also the school librarian.
Sarah Michelle
Gellar. There we go. Sarah Michelle Gellar is Buffy, and then.
And they got married the same year Scooby Doo came out.
Oh shit! Okay. And she started working on Scooby Doo, I think, right as Buffy ended. Like right as Buffy was like wrapping up is when she did Scooby Doo.
A big year. It was the year I was born.
Yeah.
The marriage and Scooby Doo coming out.
Yeah, and I think Buffy ended in 02, 03 or something. Or maybe it was 01. I don't know, but
I was born in 02.
Yeah, I remember. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the first season. I'm excited to watch more when she comes over again. I think she's coming over on Saturday, and she's not leaving until like Monday or Tuesday. So we'll see. But I'm excited. And then, as one does, as I always do, I was listening to music. Now,
no, you weren't.
I tried listening to the Tortured Poets department. This is not just, the random Taylor Swift hype or Taylor Swift like hate that she sometimes gets. No, this album fucking sucks.
If people have been listening to this pod, we've been
generally pro Taylor Swift with the football stuff, with the music. Like you guys know I fucks with some Taylor Swift. I like Folklore. I like Evermore. 1989 was a lot of fun. I even like the remaster. Like the Taylor's version. Some people thought the mixing wasn't great. I thought the mixing was fine. I thought the way it was mixed was pretty good. I really liked 1989 Taylor's version. I like a lot of the Vault tracks on Red. I like a lot, like some of the songs on Lover. I think overall it's bloated and it's boring, but I think it's got plenty of like standouts on it. There's nothing redeeming about the Tortured Poets department. There is nothing to like. There's nothing to grab on here. I heard somebody say it this way, and I think this was this was put so perfectly. The entire album is just a run-on sentence. When Gabe said he gave up after 3 songs because he used the same drum beat for the first 3 songs. That's kind of how it feels. Like this whole album is just one song, like running on the entire time. And
but it's the real question:
yo,
if you could pick a decade to live in. Which decade are you picking?
Me personally, I'm taking the 1830s, but without all the races. Gotta let you know.
Good. The sexism is still there. I'm glad we're keeping that intact.
I'm not allowed to vote, mind you, but the racists can go. And then also, we won't be married off to the highest bidder.
I'm trying to think. 1830s, the voting was crazy. Did you still need to own land to vote back then?
Probably, yeah. I don't know.
Fuck.
But the way, I don't know. It feels like especially on the song "Who's Afraid of Little Old Me," where she was like, "You wouldn't I don't know, you wouldn't last a day in the asylum I was raised in," or whatever. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You were born into money.
Yeah.
This is the most ridiculous what is this victimhood complex? You were the most listened to artist in the entire world. You are not the victim. You are not a tortured poet. You have a private jet whose emissions have their own tracker. Okay, you are not her. You are not her. All right, I don't know who you think you are, but this album creatively does not sound like it came from somebody who is going through some shit. I'm sorry, I don't mean to invalidate her experiences.
Yeah, I was gonna say being she has her own difficulties in life.
Of course, everybody does. It does not matter who you are. Everybody in the world has their own problems. This album, I'm sorry, if what you had was that bad, there would be more creativity here, because there is just simply no way that this album can be as boring as it is if it's coming from a place of... Is this album
better if the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl?
Yes. Has to be. Oh my God. And to hear... Imagine being Travis Kelce and you go through just 16 songs of her whining about Joe What's-His-Face and Matty Healy. Move on. Move on. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Especially, I don't even think she was ever officially with Matty Healy. You don't need to make any music about that man. First of all, he's a loser. Second of all,
that's the guy who has to check IDs when he brings when he's bringing fans on to Kiss.
Probably, I don't know. Probably, but he's the front man for the 1975. Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of, by the way, I've been guilty of this in the past, blaming Jack Antonoff to some degree for bad Taylor Swift albums, because he produced her last album. But speaking of Matty Healy in the 1975, Jack Antonoff just won a Grammy for the work he did on that album. And Lana Del Rey, who did not get nearly enough recognition as she should at the Grammys, he produced that album too, and it was fantastic. So why is it that Jack Antonoff produces great music for everybody but Taylor Swift? Is it Jack Antonoff's fault, or is it Taylor Swift who's choosing to go with this bland production style? Because Jack can't do anything without Taylor signing off on it. It's her music. He's producing it, but it's her music. He can't just take any kind of liberty that he wants to without her input. If it gets put out the way it is, it's because Taylor gave it the green light. So if it sounds like shit, if the production is very vanilla, very plain, very boring, it's because Taylor said it was okay for it to be that way. So you can't just blame Jack Antonoff. Taylor Swift is a grown-ass woman. She's capable of making her own choices. If the production's not good, she could just tell him, hey, do better. But she's not. She's okaying this shit. In fact, she's probably asking for this shit because it's 2 straight albums of it, and it's even worse this time around. What was the face you made when I said she's asking for this shit? What'd you mean by that?
What did you mean by that?
Why'd you... No, you're the one that made the face. Don't turn this around on me. What the fuck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, whatever. Anywho, the Tortured Poets Department... No, this is the Tortured Listeners Department. I'm like the 875th person to make that joke. It don't matter. This shit was ass. I could not finish it. I gave up halfway through Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. That song...
Not finishing.
That song damn near...
No problem I've got.
You and me both, brother. Yeah. So, album stinks. Give it a listen if you want to. I heard it was terrible. I wanted to give it a fair shake. I couldn't finish it. It's bad. It's really bad. And then I have one more take about Taylor that I want to get out, and that is I don't think she's bad for what she is. Even when the music isn't very good, even when I'm not a big fan, for what she is, if this is just
what, a woman?
Yeah. No, when some people, when they really don't like something, they feel like they have to create a reason why. If they don't really have one, they have to justify it somehow. They have to say, it can't just be that you don't like something. You have to vilify it somehow. Some people do that, right?
Sure.
I think people do the opposite sometimes with Taylor Swift's music. If you're a Swiftie and this album speaks to you and you really like this album, you don't actually have to pretend it's deeper than it is in order to justify why you like it. You're allowed to just like the album. That might sound insane to some of you. But if you enjoy this, you're just allowed to enjoy it. You do not actually have to explain yourself. You don't have to lie and say that this is actually way deeper than we think it is. You don't have to make shit up. You're just allowed to enjoy the album. You're just allowed to like it. If it speaks to you, it speaks to you. You like what you like at the end of the day. That's just how it's going to be. So, if you want to listen to it, if you enjoy it, if you enjoy spinning that shit, if you want to put that shit on. And do so without shame.
Put that shit on, AB.
If that's what you like. Speaking of, did you see what AB tweeted about Caitlin Clark?
Yes.
Oh, I think I sent that, or maybe you sent that. One of us.
I don't know, bro.
I think one of us sent that to. It was like AB got blocked by Caitlin Clark, and it was because he said like Caitlin Clark looks like she keeps it hairy. Or some fucking insane shit like that.
And then I think he made a comment like, when I made fun of Angel Reese, nothing. But when I made fun of Caitlin Clark, y'all got mad. I don't know what he said about Reese.
ESPN. I don't know what he said about Reese either.
I can't imagine it was as weird.
As she looks like she keeps it hairy. That's just an insane thing to say about
He
somebody. Probably
went for just like the Sid the Sloth joke that Reese gets.
Yeah.
If I had, or it's that caliber, there's no way he said something as weird as what he said about Caitlyn.
He also, like, not that long ago tweeted out, like, I done asked this bitch for head 4 times and she keeps saying, no, I'm about to cheat. Like, bro, what? That's insane.
CTESPN.
CTESPN. Yeah, for damn sure.
Which is just normal ESPN.
What else I've been on? I watched the first episode of Fallout. I think I kind of fell asleep at the end because I was really tired yesterday. But I watched. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
at least up to the point I got. I don't know. I was on the fence about it.
Well, put you to sleep.
Well, no, I was tired. I got like 3 hours of sleep the night before. It wasn't the show's fault. But, okay, if you want.
It put you to sleep. It didn't keep you awake.
That's fair. Shit, we're running on 2 hours now.
Damn.
I think that's it for what I'm on. I mean, we already talked about Invincible last week. The week before, whenever the hell it was. I don't know.
All right.
You got anything else?
That's it then.
Anything to add?
Got nothing.
Right. I think I might just do it for us today, which is great because the ominous black background is getting increasingly darker for me. The sun is down.
You're gone.
It's 8:20 p.m. Eastern time right now. I have disappeared. If we were using my old camera, I'd be blue right now. Shout out to those who remember. So,
dog, if anybody remembers that, oh my god.
Go back to our first 4 videos. Your man is blue.
Well, for a while, didn't we do no face cam?
I think we did a couple videos without because of that reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, my lamp looks like a head every once in a while when it flashes and shit. You saw that, right?
I mean, I saw the lamp. I mean,
it's my lamp. I'm gonna just cover it with my head like this.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's gonna do it for us today. Have a great rest of your day. Get some good sleep tonight. Get some rest. Because you're gonna be watching this on Wednesday. You gotta be rested up for the draft tomorrow.
Gotta be.
Yeah, get some good sleep. You do not want to fall asleep during the draft. Okay.
No.
Do not. In fact, I don't think I could.
Time.
8 p.m. Eastern, I think. Usually what it is. So 7 for you. But it's usually when it is. Granted, they actually just started 8:20 or some shit because that's how the wins is. And even though the Bears have had 6 months to make this pick, they're still gonna go
8 p.m. Eastern.
It's still gonna run the full 15 minutes of the fucking draft clock for whatever reason. Yeah, because TV, that's what it is. It's for TV. But anywho, yeah, Caleb Williams, we know what's gonna happen. So with that being said,
yeah,
take care. Have a great rest of your day.
Love you guys. Love you, Jacob.
Love you, Brayden. I'd give you a kiss if you were here. There you go. That's for you. The other one was for the audience, but that one was for you. See ya.